Alright, hey guys, welcome back. This is C-Rock, and we're starting up again on the third episode of World War I, the Great War. Alright, and my let's play is France. And here we are checking out the German reinforcements that they're coming to take back Belgium, because I took it back from them and liberated it. And now I'm going to reinforce my little army that I have there. That's reinforcing the Belgium army. And then we're switching over to Paris, and we're going to go ahead and buy some more reinforcements over there, probably. Nope. And now we're coming back over here to this little army, because I think I'm going to go ahead and attack it. I wanted to go ahead and get a few other things done in the turn before I attacked it, and come back to it, you know. And I'm checking to see how far away their other armies are from their city of Strasbourg is to me, and how many guys they have over there. They didn't have too many guys. So we're gonna go ahead and attack this army here, and they got a pretty small army, mostly conscript units. So here we are in the start of the game. We're gonna go ahead and set up our troops, just basically one big long line with trenches. The weakest troops in the middle and the strongest troops on the end there, on the flanks. Put my cavalry at the end and my artillery in the middle there. So now we're going to go ahead and start off the game and basically put the artillery is going to hit the their infantry. They have three artillery units, and I'm going to go ahead and bring my horses around to go and take out their artillery for the time being. I think I should have waited a little bit, because they were starting to come towards me, because I think they felt like they were, I don't know, too close, and they had to deploy on me or something. They had to move up, but they ended up falling back to protect their artillery. I should have waited a little bit, I guess. I jumped the gun too soon with the cavalry. The computer seems to have a little bit of a problem with setting up their artillery around buildings, I guess. I don't know what the heck the problem is, but they they are taking their time setting up their artillery. I don't know why. And we just see a big artillery hit right there by the trees off to the left corner. Yeah, they're still racking up their artillery. They definitely are in range with that artillery, but they're just not even bothering to set them up to go and attack me. I don't know why. But hey, it allows me to get a ton of hits on them, you know? I really don't even know what the some of this artillery does in this mod, because it's questionable. You really got to catch it at the right time to see how much it actually hurts the infantry, and I don't know, maybe it's just too early in the game and I don't have the right artillery, you know. These are the big heavy howitzers and not the medium howitzers, which may be better, you know, a little more accurate. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my my sharpshooter units, because I realize now I need a little bit more help on this side. So we're going to bring them out of the trenches, or the barricades, whatever you want to call those little things. They're not really trenches like like the trenches would have been during World War I, but the closest I got for right now. I have seen, I guess, their maps. I don't know if you can actually get them in the campaign, but where they actually have the actual full-on trench warfare, you know. And I think they're just maps. I feel like that's a little too much to integrate into a mod for a campaign, but I don't know, maybe I'll find out while I'm playing this, I guess, right? This is where it gets interesting, you know, where you go ahead and try and put World War I into a Napoleonic game, even though that during this time frame it's even more interesting, because ironically during this time frame they were talking a lot about how we should no longer attack in the Napoleonic way, and we should really look at the strategies of the Civil War instead of the Napoleonic War. And they learned the hard way by, well, watching a lot of their young men die. But anyways, yeah. Now I'm going to go ahead and move up with these troops. And we're going to go ahead and try and move in from the back very slowly with my cavalry. And we're moving up also with these guys on the left-hand side, drawing out their troops, you know, kind of circling around and having them have my conscripts still stay in the middle where they are. I do like the sounds. You can hear all the sounds of the artillery. That's nice. I like that. That's a nice addition to this mod. It's one of the better additions to this mod, I think. You know, that was a big thing of this war. It was the first time that you could actually were really affected a lot by the sounds of artillery, and really you had to get used to how loud modern war was. Nobody had ever felt how loud modern war was beforehand, because, well, they didn't really have it on this big of a scale. And this is where shell shock or PTSD really hit the troops a lot more and was affecting the troops a lot more during this time than any time before in the past, you know. Or war exhaustion too is another name for it that they had. I'm going to go ahead and come around, because I had to come around the cliff over there. So I figured I'd bring them up this way, instead of having them crawl up that little hill or whatever. Really no problem with taking out these this army here. They weren't even a full army. I don't even think they had a general, so, you know. Or their general was one of their artillery units. Which is always helpful, you know. So, bring around my sharpshooters here. And then we're going to go ahead and move up these conscripts. They actually did start firing, it appears, their artillery on me finally. And that did hurt me there. You know, those conscripts, they're getting blown to smithereens right there. Those trenches, like I said, they aren't too helpful. But at the end of the day, it's too late. The battle, it appears, is almost even over, to tell you the absolute truth. Here I am with my cavalry attacking their general, and then I'm going to go ahead and mop up their artillery there. Their one artillery unit that's firing on me. I think that's the only artillery unit that's left now.
A glorious victory, sir.
Glorious victory, yeah. As they're charging me, where my conscripts are, and they're just holding the line, mowing down everybody. And now most of the troops are now retreating, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mop up what's left of everybody retreating, just because I don't want I don't want the army to still be alive after on the campaign map. So I have to run it down, which ends up happening in the end anyways. Well, at least after that I can go ahead and auto-resolve it, because auto-resolves are a little messed up in this mod, as we found out with the last episode. Yeah, and we're going to find that out again with this episode. Or maybe it was the next episode after that, excuse me. I usually do two episodes back to back that I record, and then I put them on up. So auto resolve that. I ended up losing 69 guys, and they ended up losing 306. It really, I guess, it matters how much artillery you have when you auto resolve a battle. If you have not a lot of artillery, then if you have almost no artillery, and you're just a lot of infantry, and you're going up against a lot of artillery that the other guys have, then, you know, that's what happens with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause all right, here we are, and we're getting trading with Spain again, and we're going through all these turns. I put the turns on very fast speed, as you can see. Now, Germany is attacking Belgium. They really want it back, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and go in here, and we're going to give them a run for their money, I guess. Right? I cannot set up any of my guys since I am a purely reinforcing army, so we're going to just watch the Belgians just give it their best shot. And, you know, the computer against the computer, it's always broken. They seem to not know what the heck to do against each other. A fight of the computer against the computer is just the oddest thing to watch, I find, you know, in these Total War games. They just bumble around not knowing what to do with each other and have no plan of attack. It really would have helped if they would have, you know, what they should have done with these games is they should have really programmed like some battle maneuvers in here, you know, more or less battle strategies. Like you attack with your whole army set up like this in a forward movement in one of the groups that, you know, or something like that. But I guess they didn't opt for that. They wanted every unit to be able to move mobily on its own, which I can understand, but at the same time, here I am babbling on. Alright, so we have some of our troops who came on in. Mainly 2 units. I have my general and my, one of my infantry units. I'm going to go ahead and move up to go ahead and take out the artillery that's kind of vanished because I can't see it anymore, as their main army is kind of moving all towards the left end of the battlefield to go ahead and attack the Belgians, because I guess they draw them off towards the left and to go ahead and fight them all the way at the end. And as we can see, they are fighting in hand-to-hand combat, which was very vicious during World War I. You know, this is really the last time that you end up seeing a lot of hand-to-hand combat in war. I mean, I know there was some during World War II, but, you know, a lot more just since the creation of guns, a lot less of the hand-to-hand combat. But when you do have it, it ends up being very, very vicious because you don't have armor on anymore and everything. Because it's pointless to even have. Although they did have body armor during World War I, mostly used for stopping shrapnel. They really couldn't stop rounds unless fired from a revolver or something, and even then, don't take my word on that. I've never really tried the bulletproof vests from World War I. They were kind of a little iffy from what it seems like it. And you kind of had to be pretty rich. You had to supply yourself with it. The army did not supply it for you. Not that I don't think they do that these days now either, too. But I'm not sure on that one. Or they have I think they have a normal one that they supply for you. If you want a better one, then you have to buy it yourself. But anyways, here we are coming in range of the troops here. They decided to, I guess they were being a little bit smart. The computer decided to stay in the woods, and since my, you can't fire that well at them if they're in the woods. So, I guess the woods are good cover. So I decided to go ahead and attack them with just hand-to-hand combat. And we're going to go ahead and move up these other 2 guys around the back. I probably should have played this entire battle on fast speed. It goes on for a little bit, but not too long. It's not that bad. you kind of miss a few things if you go ahead and play it fully on fast speed. They're all in the woods there. The Belgians are running away. The Germans have beat them. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move this a little bit on faster speed. We're gonna go ahead and move this up a little bit. I kind of clicked on the wrong unit that I wanted to click there. I think I just killed one of the generals. Oh no, that was my allies' general, I think, just dying. And I do kill their general later on. And then we're gonna go ahead and probably end up moving our general to go ahead and help attack the artillery here later on. We do have 4 infantry units that are finally on the battlefield. These things take forever to come on the battlefield for reinforcements. It's very nice that you can have 40 units of on the battlefield at once during Rome 2. That was, I guess, one of the improvements, or one of the very few improvements. Don't even get me started on Rome 2. Okay. It's best not to talk about, I guess, right? Well, the only playable game through DEI, right? Anyway, so we are attacking them, engaging them with 1 unit over there of infantry, and now we're gonna go ahead and use my general to go ahead and wipe out the rest of their artillery over here.
Sir, our general is under attack.
And they telling me that my general is under attack, even though I know he's under attack because I sent him into the battle. The general units are very small in this, you know, in this mod. I guess they wanted to reenact how you would not really send your general into battle that often in these because your general wasn't in battle, I guess. And he's a cavalry unit too. He's more of a guy in the background. And then there's their general who has 4 units left. He's coming on in and just charging my infantry there. That's gonna just go ahead and wipe him on out. Only one guy's gonna get behind my lines, and then he's gonna get shot. And that's gonna be their general, I believe. Yep, you see, that's their general that we just killed. And now that their general's dead, their entire army basically runs away. And still, some of the Belgians are actually on the battlefield. I did not realize this. You know, you still have your Belgium off there. So we're gonna go ahead and end the battle. It's a heroic victory. And here we are back looking at that. The Belgians lost a lot of guys there, and so did the Germans. But their city's free still. And here we are in this turn. So now we're going to check on Massalia here and build whatever the heck that was. And then we're going to go ahead and make some more cargo ships because we're going to go ahead and trade in a few more places. We're checking on our one place that we're trading with in Africa. Since the AI doesn't really use any of the trade posts in this mod, it seems you can really take advantage of the trade posts a lot and make a lot of money off of them. So we're going to make the fields in that city, and then that will upgrade my population, and just maneuver through the area. And their one army is still around there, so we're gonna go ahead and finish them on off. We're gonna bring this army in there to go ahead and like attack that little town there and bring them back on in to go ahead and get reinforcements. Now we're going to go ahead and move this army to go ahead and attack these guys, because I want to finish off this army. Instead of having it just sit around in Belgium, Brussels. And now we're going to go and auto-resolve that. I lost 155 guys, so I didn't lose too many guys that time around. So it really zooms you out quite a bit when you come out there. A little too much. I'm like trying to have a bunch of ants, you know. They all look like it. So we're gonna go ahead and send them back over that way to go and reinforce that other army that I have there with the general, so that they can go ahead and attack the other cities there. And now we're gonna go ahead and end the turn. Okay. And it's coming up on the end of the turn. And they're continuing to move a bunch of guys over that way, Germany. And then we're looking at what other technologies I can go ahead and get. I'm going to go ahead and move over to some of the military technologies because they're one turn, literally, so it's not that bad. Don't have to wait that long. We can go ahead and get another general somewhere. And just looking through all the news. I guess some of it's bad news, some of it's good news. And continuing to decide what we want to go and build. Deciding to go between a local bank or shop center. The shop centers get me more money, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that over there. In the end, I'm not a big fan of the banks, I guess, right? And basically, we're just going to play out the rest of this turn here. Thanks for joining in for this session and for watching this time around. Hit like and subscribe, and see you guys next time, all right? Also, check this up on Dtube, because this will be up on Dtube if you want to go ahead and check out Dtube, if any of you have a Dtube account, or through Steemit. Okay. Continuing to purchase some more guys over here. We're going to bring that army on back because I didn't need it over there, and I wanted to replenish that army. You know. And then we have Italy, which we are at war against. So I'm going to go ahead and move my army out against them. And then we're going to have to double back later on. But let's go ahead and move the army on out. And we're going to buy a general later on in that. We do need some more funds here and there for most of these things. That's all. Thanks, guys. Hit like and subscribe, all right? Bye.